Well, today is Friday, uh, August 5th, 2022. It's just after 8 p.m. here. And yeah, this is 6 years, my anniversary. Um, Alcoholics Anonymous, they like to call it birthdays, but I find that very creepy and cultish. I always have found it abnormal, but it is a whole different culture. Um, and I just mostly just play along, um, accepting um, as it is. Anyway, but I've chosen on my own just to just relate to it as an anniversary. It's a date on, you know, a calendar, um, and to me, it's I don't know. It's a symbol. It's a token. I don't know. It means as much as what I lend meaning to it. It has as much power as I lend power. And but I am a fan of well, I don't know, tradition. Is that the word? I don't know. But anyway, I apparently still celebrate it, just in my own way, and I don't go out and make it. I keep it low key. I don't just all of a sudden start showing up at different places where I'm not known to announce, because I don't want to draw attention to myself in places that I don't spend the rest of my time. Well, what am I doing the rest of my year? If all of a sudden I'm just showing up to announce. Well, I guess that's part of it to show that it's possible. I don't know. But I'm mostly just going to go to the meetings that I normally go to, and I'll announce it there. So yesterday I was at the end of my meeting cycle, and but it was before today, so I didn't announce and I didn't say anything. So by the time I actually get to the first meeting where it will have already happened, I'll have already had 4 or 5 days, because it'll be Tuesday before I get to a meeting again. And today's Friday, so it's like it'll already have been 4 days. So I mean, this is my choice. I can go to other meetings. I can get involved more. There's a Friday meeting going on right now that I could have gone to. Chose not to, because I have distanced and separated and detached and dissociated from that particular environment. I found it too detrimental to my condition, um, how I feel about myself and the world and all that stuff, and feeling overwhelmed and pressed. Like no matter how much, always people wanting, expecting, needing, asking, demanding, wanting more. So anyway, I figured since it is the day and I am not at a meeting or around people by my choice, that I could at least, I was about to go to sleep and get ready for my work day tomorrow. But then I was like, I had my glasses on and everything. I was like, well, I should record a video. And I'm sorry about the flares, the lighting, and the sun. And yeah, the sun happens. But it was me that raised the blinds. So there you go. Natural light. So, but this is the token that I will be giving to Barbara to give to me on Wednesday, because Tuesday will be the first day where I announce it, but I won't actually receive my token until Wednesday, because that's what I've chosen, and that's it. There's nothing else to tell. That's it. There will be no anything. There will be no celebration. There will be no cake. I can buy myself my own cake and bring it and share it if I want to, but I'm not going to. I never had before. I try to keep it as little about me as possible. I guess I'm just not, this is as much as I am willing to do. And yeah, and I feel a little bit apprehensive and self-conscious. Well, not just a little, a lot of it self-conscious about doing these. It feels grandiose, and I think it is. Self-indulgent, and but it's how I guess communicate with myself, to let myself know what I'm thinking, because I do this at meetings, talk to myself in public about whatever the topic is. And it lets me know how I'm doing. Because otherwise I'll just be silent. I can go days without talking. And because I just don't really have to. I don't need to. So it's like, if I don't need to say something, I just won't say anything. I don't find it necessary to fill the air with chit chat to make noise. So I don't know. Like right now, I am just spending time. This is quality time on August 5th, 2022. Because today will never come again. This is the only August 5th, 2022 there will ever be. And this is what I did. This is how I spent my time. And I had a good day. I didn't do anything in particular. I didn't save the world. I didn't save any lives. I didn't save any souls. I did go to work. And I did see that, because I give myself permission to leave early if I'm already in overtime territory. And it's like, well, I'm working overtime, so on days when I just get done, because I move fast, I just have permission. I've given myself permission, and no one said anything different yet, that I can just leave early. And the work's done. I can hang out, or I can work slower, but I just work at my pace, and when I get done, I'm done. And I figure I'm saving them money by getting out of there. So less a distraction. But last week, because they made a change to payroll, and I seemed like I was making less money, I decided, well, maybe I'll just not leave as early. I'll just hang around. I'll just work slower a little bit, as much as I can allow myself. And yeah, this paycheck, it's like, oh yeah, I made more money. And it's like, okay, made up the difference on, so it's like, So if that's what I feel like doing, then that's what I'll do. But, money's not really a thing as much to me, because I'm just by myself. And it's not like I have much that I have to financially worry about. And I don't have many expenditures. My lifestyle doesn't preclude it. It's just I don't have much desire for extravagance or luxury. It's so much extra stuff to worry about, maintain, and all the stuff that you think you own ends up owning you, sort of, mentality. So it's like the less stuff I have, the more mobile and flexible and versatile I am in the end. And I like being flexible and mobile. Not that there's anything wrong with, having possessions, and but I like to stay liquid. And anyway, I don't really need to go into all that, but the sun is starting to dip in the sky, and I did notice that it's doing the thing with the mirror. So it's starting to get to the point where if I record later in the evening, I get that mirror reflection of the sun coming in through the window off the mirror onto this side. And it's like, it's a novelty. And I did notice, for whatever reason, and I think it's because of they've made some change in the YouTube algorithm. That's like the buzzword about it, is the algorithm, because most people, or a lot of people, are trying to get as many views as possible, because they want to make money, or I don't know, or notoriety, or popularity, or to attract attention or promote attention, or I don't know what people's motives are. It's like mine. I know what mine are. Mostly. There are some that are hidden or less obvious even to me. It's like, why am I still doing this? Well, I must enjoy it. And I have to figure that a lot of people, that might be, they just enjoy it too. And whatever happens as a result of that is not totally unwanted or undesired. And if people happen to become influencers, then that gives them some sort of responsibility to share a good message. Or there could be selfish reasons too, or pride reasons, or vanity reasons, or narcissistic reasons, or ego reasons. It's all ego, though, So, not that I can say anything different. Not that I am any better or worse. Just different person. But anyway, I did notice that because of whatever change, I kind of, somebody mentioned it, and I thought, and so I started recording a little bit more frequently to see what would happen, just out of curiosity. And I don't know, I didn't really notice anything, but then, I did notice last night that, yeah, there was a little bit of attention, just a little bit, which is just even a little bit is a lot for this channel. So it's like, and I feel mixed about it. It's like, what are people doing watching? They're not supposed to watch. And luckily for me, no one's commented or said anything yet, because I wouldn't know what to say. It's like, yeah, hi. I'm not welcoming, and I'm trying not to welcome, and I'll try not to threaten. But yeah, this is just a guy somewhere in the world just talking to himself and recording it on YouTube for indiscernible, lost reasons, motivations, inclinations, and intentions that have been muddled and diffused. Stoichiometry. There's a valence, and it's the indicator dye has saturated the solution. So anyway, I don't know what that meant. I'll have to think about that. But or I'm just stringing words together from memory and just throwing them out there, and to be vexing or sound more mysterious or cryptic than I actually am. I'm not. At least I don't think so. But anyway, the sun is now doing its thing with the mirror, so I think that's cool. and because it was happening back in April when I was recording. By accident, I noticed it was happening, and I figured, and then it stopped happening, and I was like, oh well, it's happening this far in advance of the solstice. The sun is at the right angle in the sky, and then it stopped happening towards the solstice. Now that we're getting further away, and so the sun is approaching the same angle as it was back in April, now that it's August. And so for a week or two, it will be in a position in the sky at this time of day where it's, if I record at this time, I will get the lighting to look like this, which is, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. And I am just kind of scrambling for things to talk about. But in case I've never shown it before, like this is the front side, and this is the back side. And I don't think there's truth to it, no matter what you believe, or how you believe. It's just kind of a global sentiment. It could be attributed or attached or projected onto any sort of human life or life in general. And all these things I'm still working on. I'm not an expert in anything. But for whatever reason, like 6 years in recovery or in sobriety or whatever, it's like these past 6 years have been very different than the 6 years before. I don't know. It's like I've gotten to know myself a lot better, and it's like I don't know who the person was that was here before. They weren't really living, and they weren't really, doing much. So the person who I am now, I feel better about being. I feel that this person has a contribution, a part to play, somebody worthwhile, a benefit more than a detriment, and not a liability in a disaster situation. Actually can help. But I have wondered about it. If there actually was some sort of apocalypse, I'd be scrambling because of my eyesight. Because contacts and contact solution are going to be, not on a high priority list as far as survival goes. And if your glasses break, wow, you're in trouble. So I might need, if the apocalypse seems like it's starting, I'll need to stock up on glasses and repair kits and extra lenses and all sorts of things, because I don't think so anyway, the light is starting to fade, and I really should go, because I'm just stretching this out for the sake of stretching it out, and I don't really have anything to say. I didn't have anything to say before I started, except for about the 6 years, and being and having been and continuing to be glad for sticking it out through everything that's happened, all my doubts and reservations, setbacks and situations, no matter how sad or melancholy that I can and do and will get. I just continue to give myself a chance, not beat myself up, not to get too angry or frustrated or upset about all the things I do not have any influence over, understanding of, or control about. um, and try to be open-minded to possibilities that I might previously have overlooked or not noticed or paid attention to. And when things don't work out, or they work out differently than what I maybe was hoping for, then that's okay. It just leaves room for other things that, if I'm having to force something or, put extra energy into it that it feels unnatural, or, it's like, maybe there's something wrong that I don't even know about, and I should not be pressing or forcing or belaboring or bemoaning the issue. Just leave it. Just leave it alone. And if there's something more to it, I'll be let to know. And if there's not, then I should just continue on. It was good that I investigated and observed. But if it's time to go, it's just time to go. And appreciate that I got what I got, and not quarrel or quibble over the details. And because I profited from the exchange. And it's not about greed, and it's about the intangibilities, the things that cannot be determined, cannot be measured. The inscrutable indefinables, the vocabulary, awakenings.